Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the Luxury Group Podcast. We live in the building. Happy Easter. Happy 420 to those that smoke.
Yes, sir.
We in the building. We short staffed today, but we still wanted to bring y'all some content. So we showed up to work today to make sure that we could talk. Right now it's playoffs. It's playoff season. So
Playoffs.
definitely playoff season.
Playoffs.
There's a lot of ballers balling right now. It's playoff season. There's a lot of people balling right now. There's a lot of things going on that we should discuss, so we're going to go right into it. We're not even going to hold everything up. I'm here today with Mount Digital out of the scenes. You know, he in the back, chopping up episodes, getting ready to release all this content on y'all head. I got my bro Johnny Blaze in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I got my bro Jordo in the building.
Yeah, it is first one. I didn't even go. I forgot all about that part.
And it's your boy Marlux. I'm here. Showed up for y'all today. So we're going to go straight in. We're going to start with the play-in tournament. The Warriors versus the Grizzlies in the play-in tournament. In the NBA play-in tournament on April 15th, Steph and the Warriors took on Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. They had a 121-116 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. Curry scored 37 points, secured 8 rebounds, and made 6 3-point shots. The win secured the Warriors the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs, setting up a first-round matchup against Houston. Notably, this marks the Warriors' first victory in the 4 play-in appearances. That means they haven't even been winning. Most of the times that they got stuck in the play-ins, they was getting eliminated. The first time they won. In the NBA play-in tournament game, Jimmy Butler and Ja Morant both delivered standout performances. Jimmy Butler had 38 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Butler's all-around performance was instrumental in the Warriors' 121-116 victory over the Grizzlies, securing a number 7 seed in the Western Conference playoff. Ja Morant scored 22 points despite sustaining an ankle injury, which we'll be talking a lot about the Grizzlies today, so we'll get into, how that ankle injury is affecting him right now. He still scored 22 points in a great effort, but they lost. The Warriors' win marked their first victory in play-in appearances, setting up a first-round playoff matchup against the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference play-in game with Dallas Party. So we'll stay here real quick. We'll stay here with Ja Morant and the Warriors. So I think Steph Curry can honestly retire before Bron.
Retire before Bron. It's crazy.
I think that he'll end up retiring before Bron, but I think that his career has been second to none for real. Like, as far as shooters go. Like, he has been balling. He's on a tear. Like, I can honestly say the only reason they even made the play-in is because of him and Jimmy Butler, for real.
Oh, yeah, that was playoff Jimmy. If you watch the game, that wasn't Jimmy Butler. That was playoff Jimmy. He was fighting for every loose ball. He was guarding whoever, like, playing lights-out defense. Like, it's what you needed. It's what you're going to need from him and them for them to win. So,
right.
If I'm not mistaken, you said this was their first win in 4 play-in games.
Appearances.
Which is this. I just feel like, I don't even want to bring him up, but I just feel like, why doesn't Steph ever get the LeBron treatment? When it comes like 4 play-in games and get tenure, like that's kind of crazy. But they say they like to bring up the rings he won in the LeBron era, but like 4 play-in games, bro, like you was barely even there. Like a lot of times you got sent home every time, but this time, and I feel like he just doesn't get held accountable for that.
That's true. You know what I think? I think it really comes down to the fact that the play-in is somewhat of a new thing still. And with the play-in being somewhat of a new thing that they decided to do since like 2021, I think they had introduced the play-in tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe during COVID or post-COVID or like 2019.
It was I think definitely after 2020.
So with that being said, it shows why he will only have 4 appearances, but that argument could go both ways, like with Bron. Why the fuck is you supposed to be one of the greatest NBA players of all time to ever exist, but you keep finding yourself in a play-in contention. You're not even making the playoffs no more, bro. And if this situation didn't happen where the play-in tournament was even a thing, you would have missed the playoffs. So something to be said about that too. You know what I'm saying? It's something to be. Nah, we ain't gonna
He
give
old
it.
man, bro.
We're not gonna give him the senior citizen treatment, bro, because he's not playing like an old man. He averaging the same amount of points.
But they gotta get celebrated.
It has to. But
they gotta get celebrated.
It does
you can't
have to
not
be
acknowledge
celebrated.
him and be like, oh, because he's
It
playing
does.
good. It don't matter that he's 40. Yeah, it do matter.
Nah, but that's not what he's saying.
Balling like that. No, he's saying
the opposite.
No, but he's saying he's gotten to the play-in because it's harder. It is harder for him at this age to lead a team to the playoffs outright, which would mean avoid the play-in tournament. Like, he's not that guy no more.
To lead.
Like, not by himself. Like, which is my point to Steph was like, they like to bring up how good he's been in the LeBron era, but if you've been to 4 straight or 4, playing tournaments, that means you wasn't good enough to be in the playoffs otherwise. So I just feel like they don't bring that up when they talk about Steph's greatness.
But then in the 4 playoff appearances, and then 4 playing appearances, 4 out of 5 seasons that happened. One of them seasons, he took his team all the way to the chip and won.
Yeah.
You feel me? Within the last 5 seasons, he might have got the first round exit in a play-in tournament because he ran up on somebody that they couldn't beat. But then they took their team to the chip like 2 years ago. So it goes either way. Like, I guess, like, when you're looking at it from a standpoint, Steph Curry old too. He ain't no
but that's my
spring
point. Like,
chicken.
I'm a historian, so it's like I remember when LeBron was taking teams that we all knew were less than
That were
you know what I mean? Exactly, that were bad teams, bad rosters.
Let Tools tell it.
Bad teams.
He had help his whole career,
and we just had to hope. We had to hope that he could overcome the difference. But we all remember those teams, them playing teams that y'all talking about, is teams that had nothing when everybody was hurt. Either Clay was hurt, and Steph was out there with injuries and was balling, trying to do everything to carry his team. And I feel like again, it gets carried and valued a little bit more when he does it. But then when he falls short, we don't hold him to the same.
And that comes with like the captain of the team thing. Like, normally the captain of the team get the blame and the praise when they win and when they lose. You see that happening with LeBron, but my thing for LeBron is people love to hate LeBron because they feel like if you praise LeBron, you conceded to the fact that he's better than Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Like,
they don't want to love LeBron for the simple fact that they feel like if they love LeBron, they gotta admit the fact that he's better than. You don't gotta admit shit. You can just appreciate what a person is doing.
Exactly.
And as a historian of the game, it's so many people that when I was looking at our comments on some of our episodes, it's so many people in the comments talking about this is top tier Bron glazing. This is, these old niggas love LeBron so much. They doing the same thing the baby boomers was doing when they was talking about Michael Jordan was the GOAT. All of the shit that everybody is saying. It's cool what y'all saying in the comment section. I appreciate the game and the next level talent that's coming into the league right now. I just have never seen nobody in my lifetime transcend the game other than Michael Jordan and LeBron James this way. I seen the likes of Allen Iverson.
That's a different story.
I've seen the likes of
that changed the game. Curry,
yeah. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's
like
a different
Kobe.
story.
I seen Kobe. I seen Steph. I seen AI.
No,
I seen Mike.
The reason why I say Curry's is different is Curry never had the expectation of being the best player and carrying his team. He got to come to the league real comfortable.
Right.
He came to the Warriors. They had Monte Ellis. He was a star from Davidson, but he was the undersized guard. Like, he was a beautiful story, but it wasn't like, oh, he about to come in and drop 30. I've never heard nobody say that until they started going to the finals and winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
It was never like that. He was a run off the screen, Reggie Miller type. He could light you up if you let him, but the knock was when he got to the pros, he was too small. He wasn't going to get that off. And for the most part, for early in his career, they were right. You were not going to just run around a million screen. Yeah, I said he had injuries, he had ankle problems. So once he got healthy, and Mark Jackson built that, through the draft, incredible team, which he don't get no credit for, and then Kerr unlocked him, and then it became what it was. But it's like, again, he got to come to the league real nonchalant, real comfortable. Like that's why we low key see how old he is now. We're like, damn, Steph been here like
forever.
Forever. Hey, I'm happy they got Jimmy for real, dog. I'm happy for that nigga, bro.
Because Jimmy gets what he wanted with a team that's going to actually compliment him and seems to want it as bad as him. Because a motivated Jimmy boy is we seen what he can do. He can take you to the finals, especially when he was in the East.
He did it a little bit on my team, and he used it against us too.
Yeah.
But you Philly fans?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
He's still salty about that. He's still salty about that. you imagine the team what it would have looked like had they kept him.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Kept him and got rid of Tobias. Like, oof, that again, history would have been different.
Dang, Tobias, what you doing now,
Oh,
man?
yeah, is he in the league still?
No, he on the Pistons. He balling.
Yeah.
He on the Pistons.
Keep balling. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, he's
We're
still
gonna get
in the
there.
playoffs. See, look, he looking at the Sixers like, look at me now. I'm still out here surviving.
Is he hooping though? Is he
Yeah, he
hooping
dropped,
or he's just balling?
No, he dropped like 20 the first game. So it was for them. I mean, he on a young Pistons team, so I don't know. I gotta look at exactly how many minutes and stuff he get, but I mean, older veteran. You need him for the leadership. You don't really necessarily need him for the points because they loaded with first round picks since they've been terrible. So
Text me. I'm
but
working.
no, but I'm happy for Jimmy. I'm happy to
I
see
love you.
the league. The NBA is better when these teams are good. The Celtics, the Lakers,
Say, how
the
do you got
Warriors,
that?
and I really want to say maybe they
Sixers, yo, like exactly, bro. When we on point, man.
Yeah, no, I'll
Trust that process.
Leave that process alone.
Yeah, they need to do a press conference to admit how much of a failure the process was, until they acknowledge it.
But that's what the process means. The process means like it's
Process
not
is never
all that.
over.
It's not just gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta trust that jump.
That was highway robbery. the only team that probably draft worse than the Sixers was Cleveland
The
after
Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're Cleveland with the years LeBron left to Miami.
Well,
Other than Kyrie, they got nobody else y'all remember from the draft.
I know we talking about basketball.
Anthony Bennett.
I know we talking about
And look where he
basketball,
at.
but do you think the Sixers draft as bad as the Dallas Cowboys or better?
Better.
No, Dallas draft better.
No, but yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They
Those players
have-
might not work out for Dallas, but they end up good in the league. Like they'll still be around
Right.
after they get out of Dallas.
They had some good teams these past 2 years. They just never got past that first round.
Yeah.
And it's really Dak, but their defense was top.
It's
tier.
it's really Dak, bro.
It's really Dak.
It's really Dak.
You gotta have a QB to make it happen, bro. Everything goes through the
He ain't
QB.
helping.
They got good defense. They got
He
good.
not helping, but
Bro, Jerry Jones is in the way. It's really Jerry.
I believe that too.
Facts.
But
Jerry in the way, bro.
one thing
But
they
I
got the
ain't
power
mad
to
at him.
change, and the one thing they don't. They can't change Jerry being in charge.
That's what I'm
Get a
saying.
better
I ain't
quarterback
mad
in
at
here
him.
to
He
do
got
what Jerry
my
told him to
dream
do.
job, nigga.
Jerry
I used to
gotta
do
be
the fantasy
somebody.
draft on Madden all the
Yeah.
time. Nigga, make my own team.
I used to do the fantasy
Yeah.
draft
Yeah.
on Madden all the time.
Don't that upset y'all when y'all were like I can drive better than these GMs. Like
So we talking about Anthony Davis right now. The Dallas Mavericks were in a play-in tournament versus Sacramento Kings. The Dallas Mavericks beat the Sacramento Kings and sent them home. Anthony Davis scored 27 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. Klay Thompson, 23 points. P.J. Washington, 17 points. And Brandon Williams, 17 points. Sacramento Kings, only people that showed up to play was DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine was slow to the party. He scored 20 points. DeMar scored 33 points. The Kings struggled with turnovers, committing 18 and trailed by 23 at halftime. After Dallas' explosive 44-point second quarter, this loss eliminated the Sacramento Kings from playoff contention. So they were sitting on the couch at the house, but it don't even matter because the Mavs moved on to play, and they just lost again. They literally just lost. The Dallas Mavericks played the Grizzlies.
Y'all see that jaw, though?
The Dallas Mavericks moved on to play the Grizzlies, and they lost to the Grizzlies. Memphis, this is more of that same story going on to Memphis's route to the playoffs, where they are now. So after Memphis lost to Golden State, they went on to play the Dallas Mavericks in another play-in game, game 2 in a play-in. So this time, the Dallas Mavericks came up on the losing side of things. AD had a quiet 40 points and 9 rebounds. Klay Thompson had 18 points, but they was the only two that came up. It was quiet. It didn't do nothing. You know, it was nothing that he did that was so spectacular, that was game-changing, that he could take his team to the next level. He might have needed to score 70 to overcome John Morant. And Jaren Jackson Jr. scored 24 points. John Morant, 22 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Desmond Bane, 22 points, 9 assists. Zach Edey, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. And Santi Aldama, I probably butchered his name, but Oh well. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists off the bench. The Grizzlies shot 47% from the field, 41.9% from the three-point range, maintaining control throughout the game despite a third quarter rally by Dallas. They still ended up taking them on. Despite Davis' strong performance, the Mavericks were eliminated from playoff contention. Fucked around and found out that they need Kyrie Irving.
And Luka.
Yeah.
Definitely found out that they needed Luka. But even with that, we got Luka on the Lakers, and Luka almost dropped 40, and we lost because LeBron ain't show up to the goddamn party. But we're going to get there.
Listen.
We're going to start the show in a second.
Listen. The Mavericks got eliminated exactly 77 days after they traded Luka.
Started counting.
Simple.
Crazy, yo.
It's like Nico's sick right now. It's like he home and still can't eat.
Crazy.
But I will say that's why the playing tournament, I know people hate it, but the reality is
It's needed.
it's not even that it's needed, but
It's
if you're good enough to get to the finals, and if you are the team that you think you are, there's no way you should be losing 2 games to get eliminated out the play-in. That Kings team is way too talented to have lost and not be in the playoffs. There's something wrong in Sacramento. That's something they're going to have to figure out in the offseason. But that team with DeRozan and you telling me all these people, like, and that team got eliminated is crazy. But to Dallas' point, I'm happy they got eliminated. No offense. Kyrie's hurt. There's no Luka.
There's no excitement.
We was going to watch AD hobble through a whole series. Like, nah, bro. Like, let them pack an arrow.
You think the play-in is too much of a change? Because when you was talking about player change, like, what can a player actually do to change the game now besides pull from half court and full court?
What can a player do to change the game?
That's what I'm saying.
To revolutionize the game?
Yeah, exactly.
I think right now, as far as the NBA go for a player to revolutionize the game, they'll probably have to go take a step back. You know, sometimes taking a step back to get forward ain't a bad thing. You know, taking a game back to dunks and
So I was a big fan of Zion. Like, if he can stay healthy, that type of play.
The reality
He fat
is,
now.
but when was he ever not?
he said he was a big fan of Zion because that type of play, what?
I just like that type of play. He dominate. He just gets to the hole unstoppable. He
that post work used to be
That
exciting.
shit showing your age.
To watch somebody get dunked on.
Yeah, I like physical
It's like watching
basketball,
Shaquille O'Neal all over again.
Yeah. Drop the shoulder, step, just yam on.
Yeah,
They don't do that no more.
that.
They don't do that. So to answer your question, the only way that a player could, I think, change the game or try to like push it forward, now they would have to be really focused on their efficiency. So right now, what players shoot for 3? You say like 40%. You shoot good from the free throw line. You like 80, 85%. So a player would have to come in and be shooting crazy efficient on top of winning for it to be like spectacular. Because if not, you would kind of just bring into that realm where a lot of players are just going to be doing like that list, whatever your list was, or your top. This player did such and such. That list is going to get longer because it's so much easier now for you to go out here. Look how since the game in the floor didn't open up, look how many triple doubles we see now.
Mm-hmm.
Every other night. Jokic just averaged a triple-double for the season. Shout out to Jokic.
Jokic had a 61-point triple-double.
You feel me? So it's like that. This is how much the game is changing, how it's going to affect the way we look at it. So, like, the different type of stats that we used to, like, look for to see if he was killing, that has to change. Because I can't just look at points, rebounds, and assists no more. Because, like...
An unpopular opinion, if Jokic came in the league 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he wouldn't be playing how he's playing right now. I don't think Jokic would be scoring as many points as he's scoring right now or dominating the league the way he's been dominating the league thus far if he played in the era with Cole and early Bron. Even if he played against Miami Bron, I don't think he would be playing the way he's playing right now. It's too many thumpers in back in the day. They'd have been bullying old boy, but
I mean, I would say it depends on his route. Like, was he throwing again? Was he allowed to ease on into starting and being a guy, or was he thrown to the wolves early? Because that matters. If you go in there 20 years ago, they just throw you in there, you get dunked on. Think of the centers that was back then, like the Whites, the Shaqs, the Timmys. If you go in there against that, like nah.
Yo, we said this last week, I think, but I'm gonna ask it again here. Who do you think they should retire? Who 15 jersey should be retired in Denver Nuggets history for all times? Carmelo or Jokic?
Melo.
Jokic.
Uh,
Jokic. Jokic got
Mal, what you think, Mal?
That's tough.
Jokic got
Melo or Jokic?
And they had to do one. They can't do both.
Nah,
they gotta do one of the other.
Out of respect, I would say Melo.
Respect to what?
Out of respect, I would say
Just the game and
Melo ain't win nothing or do nothing in Denver.
Nah,
I feel like he set a standard for like that time zone in a way. The little bit that
I'm not knocking that. His time there was a vibe. It was a thing. Like Melo on the Nuggets it was a time to be there to watch him because he was nasty. He was going off, but you didn't get the job done. So I can't put you above the guy that has your number that went there and then did finish the job.
He won 3 MVPs wearing that number too.
But
he did a lot more in that jersey than Melo.
If a player would have went to Cleveland after LeBron went to Miami, wore 23, and won it, LeBron couldn't have went back. You feel me? We won't be arguing like, oh, they got to retire Bron 23. Like, nah, whoever went there and wore 23.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if a nigga went to Cleveland, wore 23, won 5 MVPs in a row, and 2 finals in Cleveland, and LeBron ain't never win shit?
Average a triple double for the season. Like what Jokic is doing in that number is better than what
they probably gonna have to. They gonna have to retire
Melo. Yeah, like
respect Melo. Hopefully, Cayenne could come in the league and tear up shit.
No, but and the difference is he's not tied to that team. Like he was there, but he was. It's not like LeBron was in Cleveland where that was his hometown, and he really. So we don't look at his time in Denver like we look at LeBron with Cleveland.
We're gonna get back to the Denver Nuggets in a second. But what y'all think about AD's performance post trade? I think that it was great. Honestly, I think that he got to the second round in the play-in by himself. No Kyrie, no Luka, no real help. He made a statement. I think AD is going to be a great player for the Dallas Mavericks. I think that the Dallas Mavericks organization needs to take a look at themselves, a hard, long look at themselves, and figure out what that identity after Luka is going to be. Because they got 2 great pieces in Kyrie and AD. They could be Showtime. They could be huge. They even got Klay Thompson. They could really be ballers if they add something coming off that bench. You feel me? If they get something coming off that bench, and they just let AD play. The problem with AD on the Lakers was they kept put him at the 5. He kept saying, I don't want to play the 5. They'll just let AD play the 4 like he was used to. He was able to just drop back, pull up, whop, 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 shoot threes, and do all his that he normally do. Then it wouldn't have been such a problem. When we won the finals with AD, he was playing a 4. He wasn't playing a 5. That's what Dwight Howard being on the Lakers gave Anthony Davis the opportunity to do. Be himself. The Lakers was losing so much because AD was unhappy in the position he played. That's why they moved off of him, and that's my opinion. You know what I mean? So
AD and Kyrie, they both coming for LeBron, man.
Niggas be acting like niggas be coming like Kyrie hate Bron. Kyrie low key love that nigga.
I'm gonna say
that's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna say AD. All AD showed us is that he is who we thought he was. He's a great defensive anchor. He could score some buckets. He just doesn't really impact winning, and it's one of the weirdest basketball stories ever. Like, because as good as he is, he just, even when he was with the Pelicans, he just really doesn't. He can have great standalone numbers. It just does not impact the win.
Who's another player that was great in the league? Russell Westbrook. A player that has great standalone
stats. Doesn't impact winning.
But doesn't impact winning. I mean, they did good as hell. He looked good on the Nuggets, bro. That's a perfect team for Russ.
Did you see the play to go into overtime when he lost the ball, couldn't get a shot up? Like, he gives you one of those moments, and then he turns back in the
Hey, yo, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp used to come on every day with a low light reel of all Russell Westbrook mistakes, and that should be like. But they'll
give you a 30-point triple double and a win,
and it just be constantly. They get to playing that circus music, and
every time
he just
can't believe
fumble, break. I'm like, damn, this nigga ass.
but then next game
trash.
Look, next game give you a 30-point triple double, and you back on board. Like, all right, this is why can't we get this every night, Russ? Like,
never know. The world will never know.
Ben Simmons, the world will never know.
Russ was looking like Ben Simmons sometimes.
Putting up great numbers, great stats. Couldn't get the job done.
That's the take for now. Playoffs. I don't know if y'all been watching, but the playoffs have been extremely entertaining for me to watch. I spent the whole day preparing for the podcast, watching highlight after highlight after highlight of full games of every single playoff game. preparing for the pod today. I know we underhanded, short staff, but I did my homework so we can come in here and get these fans of the Luxury Group podcast what the fuck they deserve. You feel me? Shout out to the people at home. We're going to go right in. The Lakers versus the Timberwolves. The Lakers were up in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they fell off. Bron didn't even score his first point into the second quarter. That's one of the things right there. LeBron didn't even score a point into the second quarter. I saw a stat that said the Wolves had 24 fast break points. The Lakers only had 3 fast break points. The Wolves took over and were up by more than 20 points in the third quarter of game 1. They came to play. They was balling. In the first quarter, somebody hit a half-court shot from like behind the arc, just threw it up casually, whoosh, just went in. I'm looking like, damn, like they was ready. They was prepared, bro. At the end of the third quarter, they cut the lead back down to under 15, but they were still down by 11 with 10 minutes in the fourth. The Lakers got their ass whooped 117-95. Ant-Man and them boys came to play ball. Jaden McDaniels was balling. He had 25 points. The Timberwolves are not here to play any games with the Los Angeles Lakers. If the Lakers think that they're going to play this series and just slack off, they got another thing coming. Minnesota Timberwolves performance was Jaden McDaniels, 25 points, 9 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Naz Reid, 23 points off the bench, including 6 of 9 from three-point range. The Timberwolves shot 51.2% from the field and 50% behind the arc. With McDaniels and Reid combined for 10 three-pointers, they also outscored the Lakers 25-6 in fast break points and 43-13 in bench points. That's a recipe for disaster. The Los Angeles Lakers key performers, Luka Doncic, 37 points and 8 rebounds. Luka dropped 37 and they lost. Bro, Bron only scored 19 again. This is like his 7th game, only scoring under 20, bro.
Hey, that's your king.
19, 5, and 3. 19, 5, and 3. What you say?
That's it. That's your king.
Yeah, nigga, crown him, nigga. Ah! Bron had 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks. Austin Reeves, 16 points. Despite Doncic's effort, the Lakers struggle offensively, shooting 41.5% from the field and 26.8% from three-point range. They also were outperformed in transition and bench scoring. Game 2 is scheduled for Tuesday in Los Angeles. They gotta win Game 2 if they're gonna stick to Lakers in 5. Shannon Sharp beats ass. Lakers in 5.
So,
Nigga said OKC, UFC, KFC. Lakers in 5.
So the only thing that I saw from watching the game is, one, the Timberwolves, they got the other guys got to keep being fantastic, which again usually don't happen on the road, usually don't happen in the playoffs. So if they do that, because the Lakers' defensive philosophy has been daring teams to hit threes, and the Timberwolves cashed in. If you want to give these professional grown-ass men wide open threes, then, hey, when they make them, don't be surprised. When they make them, it look like a blowout. When they don't, the Lakers was getting praised for all their defensive efficiencies and all these numbers they were holding teams to, but that's because the other teams couldn't throw it in the ocean. So now that you got a team that can shoot, all right, well, this is what's going to happen. So I'm excited to see what JJ Redick, because he's been coaching his ass off. I want to see what he's going to do.
And they was hating on JJ, too.
Yeah.
But drop a bomb for JJ Redick.
Exactly. First year coach doing this thing. So, but the one number you read off that was interesting was you said Ant Edwards had 9 assists.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that. You need him to either try to get his shot, but if he's out here making other people better and getting 9, almost 10 assists, then yeah, y'all gonna lose. Because that means the other guys is hitting shots.
Everybody's hitting from all cylinders, and they're not coming here to lose.
Y'all not
and this is why that question of who could be the face of the league conversation that we had before was crazy. And I know I said Ant-Man and them is not holding it down, but this right here is giving y'all an opportunity to see who's going to take the torch from Bron. It's not about who's passing the torch. Who want to be the face of the league? Who wants to be that guy? Even if you don't want to be the face of the league, who wants to be the top dog in the league? It's the real question I was asking. I would love to see Ant Edwards be the guy. You feel me?
How about do you have to be both? Can you get a top dog and not be the face of the league?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what
I've never seen it happen. I mean, Allen Iverson was like a top dog, but he wasn't the face of the league. Kobe was.
But Kobe and Bron had them years where it was either you thought it was Kobe or Bron, but Bron might have been, you know what I mean? Kobe might have been the guy, but Bron was getting the praise. That's what I'm saying. Can you split it? Do I have to be, I feel I'm the top, or I'm showing I'm the top dog, but I'm not the face of the league? Because
yeah, I mean,
his problem is off. His Ant-Man's problem is off the court.
Wasn't that supposed to be Wemby, though? He was
Yeah.
supposed to be the top dog in the face. He was supposed to.
He was supposed to be, but he's not gonna stay healthy.
It was the same thing with Zion, though.
Yeah,
I can't see Wemby being.
Like
I can't
LeBron
see.
at one point.
I can't see nobody that's not from the USA being the face of the league long term. Like nobody want to go to Slovakia. Who the fuck want to go to Serbia?
No, just to Serbia.
Nobody in America is getting up right
Nah,
now
it's
talking
cool.
about let's go vacation in Serbia or Slovakia.
You about to start a war.
Nobody trying to go over there and do that shit with them motherfuckers. And then you playing in the NBA where everybody fucking black. So why the fuck we want to go kick it with all them white folks in Serbia?
You sound like your president.
I
Oh,
will
wait,
say
how you talking?
I will
Shit.
say for the state of the
He
league,
will go over there because those is folks. He love Putin and them niggas.
but
Trump love Putin and them
for the
niggas.
state of
He'll
the,
be
for the
first
state of the
motherfucker over
league,
there.
they should not have an American should be the face of the league. I
For an
feel like-
American sport, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of embarrassing if you're an American sport and y'all let Europeans come here and run y'all.
Shit,
But at
if
the same
Shea
time-
becomes the face of the league, that'd be dope because he from right across the bridge
But that's still
in
bad.
Canada.
That's still bad.
It's still bad, but it ain't as bad as Slovakia.
No, but there's something to be said that this homegrown talent is the face of the league for the sport that we came up with.
That we the best in the world.
There you go. Like you don't want to go in there and have to debate that or argue that. But right now it is a debate. The top who in your top 10? A lot of them is European. It's Jokic, Giannis, like you said.
Yeah, where's mine?
Like it's a lot of them in. Like it's a lot in there.
Giannis
that's
not even
winning
European.
championships,
Giannis not even fucking European. Giannis is African.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Giannis is
Still
not.
American.
Yo, Giannis is not.
Still ain't American.
Yo, this is the crazy thing.
NBA,
Giannis
like, all the
wasn't
people that's in
born.
there, they not American.
Giannis wasn't born in Europe. Giannis is not European. He is not Greek.
Nah, he
The
definitely.
nigga is not from.
He's not Greek.
He is not from Zeus's territory.
Zeus too.
They escaped the war in Nigeria and were illegal immigrants there his whole life. They were not even supposed to be there.
It's funny how they claim you when you're rich.
They claimed him because he got a bag. Like, let's just keep it funky. They was ready to deport him as soon as the NBA came calling. The president of fucking Greece was more than happy to be like, fuck it all. We're going to make Giannis a citizen and his family and everything is forgiven.
Is that your Greek accent?
I don't know how to speak Greek. I know that Achilles, Hercules, Zeus, Apollo,
Lakers are 5.
Lakers are 5. Exactly. What's his name? Archimedes. What's my other dude? Poseidon, Hades. Shit, all them niggas. I love Greek history. Nah, nigga, we talking about Greek gods. That was my shit in history class. The Greek gods. Remember Mr. Robinson?
Yeah, I remember Mr. Rose.
Robe used to have us in there talking about Greek gods all day. I used to love that shit.
Shit's dope.
Freshman year, I used to love that shit. Them Greek gods, them movies is hard. Motherfucking Percy Jackson, except for that second one. Percy Jackson, number 2, nigga, that shit was garbage.
He said garbage.
They had the motherfucking, see with the Greek gods, they had their dad was a Titan. Kronos. They had Kronos come out of treasure chest looking like a clay dummy. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? I paid $30 to come to movies to see this shit? That Percy Jackson is number 2 was not it. But yeah, motherfucking the Greek, he is not from Olympus.
No. So give me your top 5 American basketball players.
My top 5 American basketball players right now, obviously, is number 1 Bron.
No, I mean that you think is next face of the league.
Oh, next face of the league. I know. Look, this is gonna contradict everything that I just said on that viral clip, but Ant-Man,
He could be in your top 5. Still
Nah, the first thing I said on that viral clip was Ant-Man and them niggas can't hold this shit down. And my face looked crazy when I said it. I was like this.
But that's still up in question if he can.
Listen, I think Ant-Man could potentially be the face. Honestly, I think a redemption story for John Morant would be fire.
True.
I think a John Morant redemption story arc, a redemption arc would be crazy. Because one thing that motherfuckers hate and love to see is you fall off. But they also love to see you come back. Come back kings. So I think John Morant, Ant-Man,
Trae Young.
hell no.
I think he could.
I don't think Trae Young got
too nice.
got an opportunity to be the face of nothing
I
but a
like
cereal box.
I feel like his ego is the reason that holds him back, though. I like Trae Young. I just feel like he's one of the players. He's in that Steph category where, like, on a way lesser degree, obviously, but it's like you do one thing really, really good, so you get the numbers and stuff, but you also don't win a lot of games. So it's like
Shit, the Hawks just
you
got
the
their
numbers,
ass whooped
but
and
you ain't
eliminated
impacting
from
no
the
win.
play.
Like I don't never
Exactly.
he get assists and stuff. I still
They
feel
made
like
the
he
play
made
in
the
this
team
year and
better.
they got eliminated.
He got ejected from
Oh,
the
LaMelo?
game.
Yeah.
It was like,
LaMelo, easily.
Yeah.
LaMelo.
Yeah.
LaMelo could be the face. That would be fire.
You gotta get to a better team. You gotta do Charlotte for that.
That would be fire, though.
You can't win on Charlotte. It's a dub.
Oh, why you
It's a
say
dub.
that? You don't
Could
think
you imagine LaMelo on the Timberwolves with Ant-Man in them?
that would be crazy?
But
Woo!
my point is Charlotte ain't never been good, so and it's not a big enough market. He has to get somewhere where his face and his game can really. How many Charlotte games you seen on TV? You see what I mean?
I would love to see Brunson. I would love to see
Oh, yeah.
Brunson potentially be the face of the league. Now that would be hard. New York Knicks as the premier market of the
Tyrese
NBA.
Halliburton.
Yeah, Indy uniforms was crazy when they was playing. I just
So
seen that game. They
none
uniforms
of y'all
crazy.
won't even mention Tatum and Brown. Like that's
Nah,
crazy.
I don't want to see Jason Tatum.
Defending
be the
champs,
face.
like
I don't
that
wanna
was
see
saying. You
Jason
talk about
Tatum
face
be
of the
face
league
Fuck Jason.
qualifications. Like
Fuck Jason.
I'm a Sixers fan, so I automatically gotta like say
no
fuck
Donovan
Boston
Mitchell.
too.
Like they no. Donovan
I don't want to see
Mitchell.
Boston win nothing else. Nigga, Lakers survive.
But I think if I'm going like I said, top 5, I'm easily taking like Tatum, Brown, and LaMelo.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
what I said. It's start getting, but after the first you probably go a roster of 10 and then start getting real shaky because a lot of players not.
Who out of that top
So-
5 really deserves it though?
Yeah,
I'm saying LaMelo 100%.
Niggas gotta play like they want to be the face of the league.
but I feel
Yeah,
like LaMelo does.
Too
But
nonchalant.
Yeah, it's too much showtime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
but the problem with playing on a bad team is you get bad habits. How can I take this team seriously when we're the Hornets? Like you get what I'm saying? Not even in a bad way, but like when
that's on the
do you
player,
think
though,
that
man.
anybody on the Hornets going to the season saying this the year we're gonna win the chip?
That's on the players, bro. The Bulls ain't win shit before Jordan.
No,
They was gonna
no.
have to stop in the league before Jordan.
Oh no! Exactly. You need your team to build a team. You need to trust the team to build a team around you to win. Do you think LaMelo coming into the year, training camp, thinking this the year they put a team around me for me to win it?
If he think how I think with the Sixers, hell yeah.
No one thinks like that. No one thinks like
That's
that.
just you.
Plus Sixer fans.
That's just you, man.
It's all good, man. Sometimes you gotta just be one of one. You know what I'm saying? One-on-one production.
Believe in your
Boy
team.
right here will let you.
But take a moment to promote yourself. Yo. So Denver Nuggets versus the LA Clippers. First of all, shout out to the Clips because I know it's the resurrection day. Jesus came back from the dead for our sins and all of that. Thank God for that. But the Clippers is resurrecting themselves from the dead, like the King of Kings did. But they made it to the playoffs. Kawhi healthy, which I thought I would never see.
Got
Kawhi-
rid of them knees.
Kawhi
knees healthy, boy. They in trouble.
Kawhi was on some fuck shit when he's supposed to come to the Lakers and had us waiting on him for 1,000 nights and shit. It seemed like just for him to put a side move together to get him and PG to go to the Clippers. That was all crazy as hell. I thought that was wild as hell, but I think they got exactly what they deserve. Couple 5-6 seasons of being straight trash.
Straight mid. Straight Chris.
The worst bud ever to
Straight
smoke.
Chris
The worst
like
pack
that.
to ever smoke.
Chris Middleton tough.
Straight Chris.
You feel me? That was the worst pack. If you were smoking on a clip pack, That was the worst pack you ever smelled. It was Reggie from 2008.
Yeah.
All right. So where we left off at, we left off with the Denver Nuggets versus the LA Clippers. And we were saying that the LA Clippers are being resurrected from the dead. Kawhi Leonard's knees is good again, so they in the playoffs. But they're not holding up so well against the Denver Nuggets, and this is why. In Game 1 of the 2025 NBA playoffs, the Denver Nuggets narrowly defeated the Los Angeles Clippers, 112-110 in overtime, taking a 1-0 lead. This was a hard-fought game. In their first round Western Conference Series, Denver Nuggets Game 1 key stats. Nikola Jokic. Joker had 29 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. Aaron Gordon, 25 points, including 6 in overtime. Jamal Murray, 21 points. Christian Braun, 11 points, including a crucial three-pointer in OT. Russ, 15 points with a vital corner three-pointer and a key defensive play in the final seconds. The Nuggets overcame a 15-point deficit, taking their first lead late in the fourth quarter, and sealing the game with late free throws and a defensive deflection by Russell Westbrook in OT. The Los Angeles Clippers, James Harden, 32 points, 11 assists. Kawhi, 22 points. Zubac, 21 points, 13 rebounds. If y'all seen the games or seen any highlights, my takeaway from this game is that Jokic is a beast, bro. Joker is a real problem. And I don't really know if Zubac is up for the task. He's a big-ass body. But Jokic was throwing his elbow into that man's chest. Turning around, boom, right in the basket.
He plays big man finesse game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has a very he's in the post, but he'll give you the shimmy, the Hakeem Dream shake.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around, hook shot off glass. Like, he remind me of Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki put together. Like, his game is it's crazy to watch because you really just be looking at it like, I don't know who can stop this. He's doing this at 7 feet. And he's not even athletic. Like, he's not killing you with the running, jumping. It's the old man game. I'm about to just my technique. Like, it's the same thing we used to always say about Tim Duncan, but he's out here hitting threes with it. It's the next. He's the next evolution of what you want a star big man.
I mean, it's throwing that shit from back here.
Yeah, can't block it.
It's cash.
Yeah, that's how Dirk used to be on the one leg fade away, lean
That's what I'm
back. You know,
saying.
you wasn't touching it, and if he was hot, he was gonna murder you. Y'all was gonna have to send 2 and maybe 3 to go stop him, and that's just to get a hand up. But it's probably my favorite series so far, just because it's going to be Murray and Jokic versus Harden and Kawhi. Kawhi look like he back to that Raptors run, like type Kawhi. So it's going to be interesting. Late in the game, there's a lot of unforced turnovers on the Clipper side, which led to the loss. So,
My man's DeMar said for a win and never got it back since.
yeah, it's going to be. I mean, I feel like the Nuggets is going to be missing this whole run. They're going to be missing the head coach. So I don't know how much of that is going to, play a factor.
Yeah, the players is the coach nowadays.
Yeah,
Sure.
but until it's time for you to go draw this play up, you know what I mean, to get the bucket and everybody arguing over who to get the ball to. So it's like,
Niggas don't like to hear the players as the coach because then they first thing they think about is the king. And they start talking shit about him. It's so many. Yo, what y'all think is more of in the world, LeBron fans or haters?
I think you asked this last time.
Everyone's a LeBron fan, but you could still be a fan.
if you're a hater, you're still a fan. So I would
That's
say
a thin line.
yeah.
Definitely at that line.
The haters are the ones that keep
Between love and
LeBron's
hate.
name in
Relevant.
every
They the ones that are
conversation
making us
because of how
always
much
talk
they
about
don't
it.
like him.
Exactly.
So,
You know how many LeBron songs these TikTok niggas
yeah,
make, bro?
it's ridiculous.
It's a new one every day.
Yes, they are hilarious.
Yo.
Which is funny as hell.
So who do you think is the greatest big man of all time? And where do you think Jokic stacks up against the big men in history? You got Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, Joker.
I feel like he's the Sabonis of his time, of like this generation. don't know, not Sabonis that's playing his dad. His dad, when he came to the league, he played a lot like Jokic. He was a big man, but he was finesse, could take you off the dribble.
I was definitely thinking of Sabonis seat right now.
No.
See that nigga on the court yesterday?
Look up his dad. His dad was cold. His dad came to the league late. Had he been younger and like out of the draft, he would have gave the 90. He would have gave them fits because by the time he got there, he was already like in his 30s and he was still killing them. I'm talking about my man smoking a cigar on the while he on the bench. Go back in there and give you 20. And he, you know what I mean? Like in between timeouts, this man on the sideline smoking a cigar.
He probably was one of them players that was sniffing coke in the locker room, come out and give you 40.
It didn't matter what he was doing because y'all couldn't stop it.
Old basketball
really
players
got
from
here and
before Jordan and Magic and Bird in them era was all fiends.
No, but he played in the Jordan era. But I say he got there old. But a young Advitas Sabonis would have been probably what Jokic is now. He was a big man. He could pass it, shoot it.
It was doped up and smoked up back then.
No.
Besides Shaq,
And they was hooping too.
Besides Shaq, I'ma always say the nigga that dropped 100. Even though we don't got no
That's
video
Will
footage. Yeah.
Hey, what the young kid says, Cap. There's no way.
It's Will.
But-
Will.
But it ain't no video footage.
It's more than that too for me because
You could say the nigga dropped 100 and just wrote that shit on the paper any day.
no, but it's more than 100. Will played in an age where they didn't have half of these rules, so it's like he'd be getting gold tens and all type of stuff now. Like how much of that would have really affected his numbers? So it's not to discredit
That's
Will.
the
I
era
just
he
feel
played
like
in black and white.
yeah, they barely even got. Now he ended up playing for the Lakers later because he won a ring, but that was to the end of his career. Like he wasn't even really shooting. I don't think they had a 3-point line when he started playing. So it's like those when it gets to those numbers like that, it's subjective if you want how heavy you want to weight it. But you can't sit here and ignore it. Like the rules of the game has to matter. If you didn't have a 3-point line or you didn't have goaltending or 3 seconds, you just down in the paint forever and you 7-something feet tall. Like yeah, bro. Like I expect you to score a lot of points. Like that's kind of how that works.
I'll put him at.
It's like, yo, this shit out there, bro.
Afterwards, they put the rules in because of him.
Probably third. I'll probably put him third.
Jokic?
Yeah, Shaq, Kareem.
Exactly. How did you even forget about Kareem? I forgot about Kareem.
You put him above. You put Hakeem. You put him above Hakeem. I can't put him above Hakeem. Yeah, I can't.
You do a little bit more.
Because Shaq was even worried about him, so I can't say that that's the person that Shaq was afraid of. And he better than I.
He do more on the offensive end. He not
defensively. I think
at all. But
the dream would have shut him down. Like I don't. He hasn't played a center like that ever.
Where y'all stack him up against Mutombo?
Nah, he would body Mutombo up. Yeah, he would body. Yeah, Mutombo was too skinny.
Mutombo ain't playing no offense either.
Nah,
Bobo that.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't going. He wasn't going.
Where you put him up against Manute?
Lunch, barbecue chicken.
Exactly. Pack his tall ass up in your lunch pail. It's over. Like, nah.
Smoking on that Bobo pack, bitch.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Ain't Bobo on the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Getting no minutes. No burn. It's crazy.
Get his ugly ass out there.
He made it there, but he just a tall rich nigga.
But it's one of those things where he was the prototype. He was the prototype for Wemby before Wemby came out.
Money. He paid for that.
But he was a prototype before Wemby came out. Like he was the same type of player, 7-something feet tall, can dribble, shoot the three. I have no idea why this man can't get no playing time. It got to be something off the court.
I don't know.
He got to be late to practices, meetings, or something. Like there's no way because everybody can acknowledge the talent, but he can't never see the floor. Like it's not adding up. The math's not matching.
Yeah. I'll put him third all the time though. Joker definitely like third.
The coach probably don't trust the young niggas.
I don't really got no tape on Jokic. I ain't gonna hold. I don't like that nigga.
Because
fuck that nigga.
He just look like he always constipated.
Niggas stopped us from winning. Niggas got.
You see at the bucket, he just be looking like he out to take a shit. Like
I need LeBron to win 3 more chips, but I definitely need him to get 2.
Stop it.
I need him to get 2. If he win this year, it's not impossible for him to get a second one.
But what would that do?
What you mean with that?
What would that do for him?
It will further his argument, our argument as fans, for where he's placed at all time. You can't put a nigga at number 2, bro. You can't put a nigga at number 2 if he's been in the finals 12 times and he won 6 of them.
Because he lost 6. It's the only number that the Jordan fans care about. You're never going to win that argument.
Exactly.
It
ain't even about winning.
The first one they
but
break
this is, you know what we seen people do when Tom Brady won his 7th ring and he won without Belichick? People just start sitting back like all the Joe Montana, super duper fans and all the quarterback fans that was like Tom ain't the GOAT all sat back and was like, yeah, this nigga the GOAT.
Yeah,
It was like a universal, like you could feel that shit around the world,
Exactly.
nigga, all on the internet.
You had to
Everybody
tip
was
your
like,
cap.
yeah,
You had
he the GOAT.
to
Exactly.
respect.
But
That's
when
what
we
I'm saying.
beat that nigga, then they don't want to say shit.
So do you think who you like, the Giants?
Nigga, I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh yeah, word. I was about
Come
to say.
on now.
But to your
that's how
point-
the Giants fans.
but to your point, even if LeBron
said shit,
But to your point, even if LeBron won another, because he would have to win another 2.
Mhm.
If he wins another 2, they're just gonna say he's 6-6. They still gonna bring up the argument that he lost 6, and they're gonna bring up because now the new argument that because they moved the goalposts. Now the new line in the sand is look how many other people got raised in the LeBron era. Like LeBron played almost twice as long as Jordan. Like where are y'all getting these numbers from? Like how does that make it sense?
My argument is simple, bro. At their peaks, Jordan was better. Period. Like if y'all put them 2 on the court, I believe Jordan is a better player.
Put prime LeBron against prime Jordan. You say
Prime Jordan, LeBron didn't reach the heights that Jordan reached as a basketball player. The longevity piece, he got it. But Jordan, just as a basketball player, non-stop killer mentality, night in, night out. He trying to get 40 in your head, and he doing it. Yeah,
I feel like if they play a game longer than 21, I feel like LeBron would get it easy.
like 1-on-1.
Yeah, I feel like he would tire Jordan out.
I mean, I'm saying this is long-time NBA lore that a 15, 16-year-old LeBron James went to a pickup game where Scotty, Mike, fucking
Cook everybody.
Meta World Peace.
Oh yeah, he said
and
he
LeBron came in there and was yamming on niggas. Heard he dunked on Jordan. Put one on the nigga head. Ha! And everybody, ain't no supposed. You can't even say allegedly, supposedly. Not everybody who was there, except for Mike, that came out and said it was true. They couldn't do shit with the young boy. They couldn't do shit with the young boy.
I put you like
I think
this.
it's kind of gay how Michael Jordan don't talk to this nigga at all because he's still playing and chasing him in stats. Like, nigga, you're never touching the court again, you old ass nigga. Sit your ass down, sell these
That
sneakers.
speaks to the competitor, to what you said, that Jordan was.
Speak to the hoe and Mike.
Jordan is supreme petty. He's not going to reach out and give you no advice.
Word.
He's not going to help you.
That's
The
why
reason
Jordan
Jordan's son wasn't good, because do you think Jordan's son was Jordan's at home trying to push his sons to be better than him? Hell no. He's like, go get a book, little nigga. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like,
Michael Jordan was at home sabotaging his son's careers on the low.
Hey, he was loving his kids, but he was not there
he
like,
was
go be better
sabotaging-
than me. Like,
He was sabotaging their careers. He didn't want them to even tarnish
He wasn't
his
getting
name
the
and get in the
Bronny
league.
Exactly.
They definitely wasn't getting the Bronny
He
treatment. He didn't want nobody wearing that Jordan name, making it to the league and playing behind him, coming behind him to either A, tarnish the name, or B, make the latter is passing, which we knew wasn't going to happen. His sons was never good at nothing but breaking the law.
But I will say, I'll do it like this. I think LeBron's a better basketball player based on what I've seen throughout the entirety of his career. Now, if I had to go build a team, I would rather have LeBron than Jordan. Not saying that. Look, only because of what I know LeBron brings to the table, I would have to go and surround him with less than I would have to go get Jordan.
That's not true.
Jordan in his run had a Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame teammates.
That ain't true.
LeBron took a lot of teams that didn't have any of those to the finals. It's like the what he had to go up against with what he had was a lot better and a lot harder than what Jordan had. Jordan, again, we didn't know this at the time because Phil Jackson became that Hall of Fame head coach. But if you look back at it, dog, he had a Hall of Fame head coach. He had top 75 players. He had a system that was built tailor made around him to win.
I don't know if Rodman got in there.
Even so, but you still got iconic Hall of Fame players on your team.
Rodman is an ultimate role player. He is Draymond Green.
Yeah.
He not that.
Hall of Famer at the highest order. You can say. Huh?
You don't think Draymond a Hall of Famer?
Oh, but he's definitely getting in.
He gonna get in, bro.
You don't think Draymond a Hall of Famer?
I don't think he was.
Dylan Brooks ain't a Hall
He's
of
just going to
Famer.
look at the negative shit that he did, though.
But
I like Draymond. I'm just saying, as a basketball player, standing on your own.
If you're doing it off your skill set and like he can do this, then no, I wouldn't put him in my top 5, 15, 20, 25 power forwards all the time. But because of what he was to the Warriors, that's what I said. It matters.
He's a great role player.
Because what you are to your team is what matters. Like Scotty. So do you take into account that Scotty had that Scotty almost took them to, or did take them to the playoffs the year after Mike left? Without Jordan?
No, not really.
You don't think that shows that Jordan, that the team was good enough without Jordan to be in the finals, like to almost get to the finals?
They ain't almost get nowhere.
They did. They almost got to the finals. They went to the playoffs with Pippen. The 2 years
They ain't almost get to the finals.
No, they lost, but I said they were in the playoffs and almost got to the finals. They had a chance to get to the finals. When they went to the playoffs without Jordan,
they
and Pippen was there. Look at when they got kicked out. You said they get that far. Like, I ain't say they got the Eastern Conference final, but I'm saying if you had to get there, every team that LeBron's ever been on, when they leave, they're in the lottery.
That's the problem.
What's the problem?
That has to show
the greatness of King James.
That's a narrative. But he never left the situation at his peak. He left when niggas was down bad. He never left at the height. LeBron.
No, he left that Cleveland team. That Cleveland team was the same team without him.
Kevin Love fell off, and Kyrie was.
But that shows
no.
The first time when he left, that team that he left was the exact
team
that he was taken to the Eastern Conference Finals. Them same bums were in the lottery the next 4 years.
You can't just count parts of facts, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll put the weight on. Nigga, the point of basketball is putting the ball in the hole and stopping the other team from doing that. He's the best at putting the ball in the hole, and he's the best at his position at stopping the nigga from doing that.
But he was allowed to. So now I'm gonna give you the football analogy of what I just said. Because he brought up Tom Brady. When Tom Brady won without Bill Belichick, what's the first thing they said? Then did they not go in there and look like it was Tom the whole time? Yeah, he ain't need Bill.
It was Tom.
But Jordan didn't win without. You get what I'm saying? But Jordan never had to go play without his Bill Belichick.
Jordan ain't never.
He never had to go play without his Hall of Fame. It was always tailor. I'm saying this. His situation was always tailor made for him to win. And when it wasn't, he didn't win.
When did LeBron win without a Hall of Famer?
And nobody does.
So what's the point? Just because you're swapping them out don't mean to make a difference.
No, I'm talking about the level of their impact. Like I said, who's going to give me more of
Kyrie is better than Pippen.
He didn't have Kyrie the first 8 years. You're not talking about that.
Kyrie better than Pippen. D-Wade is better than Pippen.
I don't know. Back then, Pippen was
D-Wade is number 2. Or
I get what y'all niggas. I get y'all niggas argument. My whole thing is Michael Jordan came in the league and wasn't compared to nobody. He got an opportunity to come in the league and beat Michael Jordan. LeBron James was never afforded that opportunity. He came straight out of high school and everybody was trying to say he was the next Mike and he was going to be better than Mike. That's unfair expectations to put on a child. But the nigga came up in the league and lived up to all the expectations, even if he didn't, in some people's eyes, past Michael Jordan, he didn't fail your expectations. Mm-hmm. The nigga came through the league and dominated the fucking league at the highest level. The nigga went to 10 finals, back to back to back to back
switch
to back,
nigga. So I switched teams and go right back.
Kyrie and the Cavs was not coming out of the East until Bron got there.
They were in the lottery every year.
The first year Bron got there, the niggas in the finals. Then, when Kyrie got hurt, I think we could have beat Golden State, but Kyrie got hurt. That's cool. I ain't gonna never take away from Kyrie, nigga. That's Jersey. Gotta drop a bomb for the hood, you heard me? But I don't think that Kyrie and Kevin Love being on the team without LeBron would have ever got to the heights that they got to with LeBron.
I would say Jordan.
That's a tough argument, actually. Yeah. That's tough.
I would say Jordan's better than LeBron at defense, in
scoring.
No. He's an all-time leading scorer. He got to every milestone faster than anybody else. How you gonna say he's better than him?
He did, and they don't ever give him the credit for that.
I'll give him he's better. He was better at defense.
He was the youngest to everything and the oldest to everything.
But LeBron's a better scorer. He's a better three-point shooter. He's a better inside the three-point scorer. By the numbers, if you want to go by the numbers, he's a better scorer than Jordan.
Watching the game, bro.
Okay,
and we can go by numbers.
Well, I say, but the numbers will say that like I said, Jordan.
Numbers will tell you that Jordan averaged 28 his rookie year, nigga. What LeBron do that ever, nigga? He
didn't average 25 his rookie year.
He didn't have to.
Jordan hurt his second year. I know I'm not on the mic, so
but to your point, Jordan had to. Jordan came to the league with no expectation and had to go prove himself. That's a whole different mindset than I'm coming in all the weights on my shoulders and I got to go be the guy.
Yeah, LeBron averaged 20.9, 5.9 assists, and 5.5 rebounds his rookie year. So Jordan was definitely balling. Look, for me,
Nah, let's beyond that. Hold on.
That's
beyond
an
that.
18.
It's beyond that. Second year he was hurt for most of the year. Came back, dropped 60 on them in Bird in the playoffs. His third year in the league. Third year, he averaged 38 points a game. LeBron never did nothing like that. Jordan is still the number one points per game player
in his third year, you said, right?
In his third year.
And then what do you do with that 38? He got swept by the Celtics or beat by the Pistons. He ain't make it to the finals.
Until they made it.
What that got to do with scoring? No, I'm talking about scoring.
No, I'm talking about how he did all of that. All he was doing was stat pad.
He was getting buckets, nigga. He the best bucket getter in the league.
He was getting
ever.
buckets. I ain't never say nothing about if he was getting buckets or not. I think that if you doing all of that and you got an impact on your team, why you can't lead your team to the finals?
It's 3 years in the league.
Hold on. If LeBron scored
LeBron
63 and they lost, the first
when
thing
did
they said
LeBron
was
make his first appearance in the finals?
So now I'm saying that won't be the calculated, but again, y'all don't give LeBron that same treatment.
I feel like it's getting to a point where it's like you want fast money or you want longevity. I feel like Michael Jordan is more fast money.
He had a long career.
And I think LeBron is more longevity. Because, I mean, look at how old
They
LeBron
don't
is
count
now.
the years that he didn't win. They only count the years that he
That's what I'm saying.
They only want to talk about the years that Jordan won because Jordan had a long career. And a lot of those years, they wasn't winning. But they don't want to talk about the years they didn't win. They don't want to talk about the years where he won and dominated, which he did when he got the setup or the team around him. Why did LeBron go to the Miami? It's because he needed. It wasn't just about the him going to go play with D Wade and Bosh. He wanted an organization that was actually going to try to win.
Year 4
wasn't doing it.
Year 4, LeBron made it to the finals his first time in 07. But then in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, basically my daughter's whole life LeBron been winning or going to the finals. Son got like 11 or 12 conference championships.
What I said
under his belt.
He's the
But
NBA's
people
final
making
boss.
that shit like it
It's
don't
like,
matter.
it's like a video game. You got to see
People
LeBron.
make
Somewhere
that shit
along the
not
way
matter.
to get to a championship, you had to see LeBron, or you hoped he wasn't coming out of the East or
That's
wherever
the
it is.
crazy part. That's true.
That's just
true.
what it was.
That's
Right? If you had to hang your hat on something every year, it's like, please don't let LeBron be there. It's like you just hope somebody took him out before you got to go see it.
But
All
niggas was saying the same thing about Michael Jordan.
They was.
But they wasn't putting teams together to go take them out like they did Bron.
They made rules. They made a whole book called the Jordan Rules.
They were putting
For
teams
LeBron.
together.
I mean, for Mike, though.
Beat his ass.
They had to physically hurt that nigga to fucking, you feel me?
On some Danny Amendola shit, that nigga be out.
Yeah. They'll say it. It matters.
Who else, bruh? You know who else was nice as fuck?
Let's get this last segment.
Stephanie Krause brother, Ant.
Oh yeah.
Ant was a nice white boy, bruh.
I heard he was taking steroids though.
I wish he would have made it to the league, bitch. If he'd have made it to the league, he was kind of like a Kettle.
He played everything on.
Mm-hmm.
He played field safety, all that. He was beyond there.
Bruh,
The same thing Aaron Salaga was involved
the
with.
coaches made a mistake with me. Where the coaches made a mistake with me at football is they put me at corner. I was 5'5", sticking niggas 6'5". Niggas jumping over my head like, huh! Like when we played West Windsor, that was some bullshit. Bro, somebody scored on me like 6 times playing West Windsor in the scrimmage. Remember when we played West Windsor and the clock broke and we was out there for like 5-6 hours playing the scrimmage? We like, yo, this game should have been over. What the fuck? Nigga, I'm about to have a heart attack on this
Holy
shit.
Cross, they turned the lights out on the field.
Oh yeah, because we was whooping their
Beat
ass.
their ass.
Because the nigga Dash, whatever his name was, something Dash.
Shit.
He was talking crazy on MySpace.
Oh
He was talking crazy on MySpace.
Facebook, original white page.
He was on MySpace talking about cooking us, bruh. We got out there, and this is before statuses. This must have been somebody DMs that they was just posting on their page or something to let us know, like, yo, boy was talking crazy. We got out there and whooped their ass at Holy Cross. That was crazy.
They turned the lights out on the field as we was getting our cleats together. It's good. Boom, boom. The coach was like, put that in the paper. Put that. It was salty as hell, you know? That was crazy.
So here we go. We back. Luxury Group Podcast. Another moment. OKC with an absolute rout in Game 1 of the Grizzlies. We back on Memphis. Memphis is in the news again. 51-point blowout. Oklahoma City key performers was Aaron Wiggins, 21 points. Team high. Jalen Williams, 20 points. Chet Holmgren, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Isaiah Hartenstein, 14 points. SGA, 15 points in 23 minutes. The Thunder showcased their depth at the top-ranked defense, initiated 23-2 run in the second quarter and capitalizing on Memphis' errors. They forced 24 turnovers, converting them into 24 points, and outpaced the Grizzlies in fast break points 27-5. Memphis Grizzlies key performers Ja Morant struggled offensively, shooting 26.7% from the field. Jaren Jackson also shot 26.7, contributing to the team's overall 34.4 field goal percentage. The Grizzlies were overwhelmed by the Thunder's defensive pressure, shooting just an egregious 17.6% from the 3-point range and committing 24 turnovers. They got absolutely dominated and blown the hell out. I've never seen a 51-point blowout.
How much did you say the potential MVP scored that game?
We're talking about SGA.
Yeah, you say
he only had to score. SGA only had to contribute 15 points.
It's over. The series over. Your best player played 23 minutes, gave you 15, and it was a 51-point blowout. I don't think you don't even need to discuss this no more. It's what can they do?
Exactly.
Get them out of there.
Like, if your best player getting 15, like LeBron come out next game getting 15, it's a 50-point blowout. It's a dub.
And this is what I'm saying. This is we're gonna move
Barbecue
this.
Chicken alert.
We're gonna move this whole topic along because there ain't no reason to talk about that. Like OKC has a phenomenal team. That's why I feel like SGA can't be the face of the league because his team is just nice as hell. Everybody around him is giving him the opportunity and affording him these opportunities to be a premier squad. You know who this OKC team remind me of? The Westbrook, KD, Harden, Serge Ibaka, OKC.
They were way better.
The reason why I say that though is that who's the number one team in the NBA right now?
Oh, it's them.
That's what I'm saying.
But they do it more by committee. Hold on, because that was going to be my question. Do you know? So let's say the Thunder won a chip this year. Would you rather have that chip this year, or would you have rather roll the dice, keeping them together longer?
Oh, you talking about the old squad? I would have kept them together.
So that knowing what we know now, what those players turned into, hell no. We don't know if we got potential MVPs on that team other than Shaq.
Exactly. But if
we know Harden's MVP, Westbrook's MVP, Durant's MVP.
All right, but take away what you know. Take away what you know. Put you back in your novice era when they were just coming in and keep what you know about OKC right now. The young boys right now.
I would have cut that team. They were off. They were coming
off. OKC team could beat this new.
Absolutely. You forget that team was coming off a finals loss. That team and the only difference, it was like a $6 million difference in money from what James Harden wanted to keep him. They chose Serge Ibaka over him. I think the Thunder would tell you going back then they would have kept that team. They would have kept that team together. They would have won multiple championships.
So what you think, Mal?
I think you wanted to start
the old OKC versus the new OKC. Who do you think winning the chip in the 7-game series?
Talking prime KD.
Old Jones, Cameron Payne on there.
With prime KD, prime I mean Westbrook and Harden, they're getting destroyed. This current Thunder is getting destroyed. The old Thunder still had big men. They still had Perk. They had Ibaka. Tell us that Chet shit, all that's out of there. They played defense back then. KD played defense back then. Kill it.
So let's go to the East real quick. Let's go to the East and talk about what happened in the East. Knicks versus Pistons, Game 1. Eastern Conference Game 1 playoff series. The Knicks defeated the Detroit Pistons 123-112 at the Madison Square Garden. The Knicks trailed by 8 points with just over 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, but responded with a defensive 21-0 run over 4.5 minutes to seize control and secure the victory. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson, 34 points, including 8 during a pivotal fourth quarter run. OG, I don't even know how to say his name. Anunoby. OG Anunoby, 23 points with 19 in the first half. Cat, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Cameron Payne, 14 points off the bench.
Oh, man, still getting it done.
The Knicks shot 70.8% in the final quarter, outscoring the Detroit Pistons 40-21. in the final quarter, 40-21. Detroit Pistons, Tobias Harris, 25 points.
Give Tobias some love. They was here hating on Tobias earlier.
They
Give
was hating on
some
Tobias.
love.
Tobias, 25 points. Cade Cunningham, 21 points, 12 assists.
Well,
Though he committed 6 turnovers.
He was mid.
Cade Cunningham had 21 points, 12 assists, but he also had 6 turnovers. Despite leading for much of the game, the Pistons were undone by turnovers and Knicks' late surge. Game 2 is scheduled for Monday, April 21st, 2025. We don't know when y'all going to see this episode, but right now we talking about the playoffs, and we talking about all game 1s from the play-in tournament and the playoffs. We also talking about game 2s in the play-in. But I think that when we was talking about face of the league, I would love to see Jalen Brunson. I would love to see the Knicks back on top for a little bit. It'd be dope to see New York win something.
Ain't Captain Jersey too? Shout out to
Carl Anthony Towns from Jersey? Fuck you from Rogan. Hey, Leonard P.
Burlington,
He from City. He definitely ain't from City. He ain't been a scrub if he was from City. Niggas don't go nowhere from Burlington.
Nah, but that's a fire series. I feel like, you know, the old adage that they always say is like, when you're the young team coming up, you got to pay your dues. And I feel like, you know, Detroit finally got out of that slump of constantly losing and being bad. But now they in the next phase, which is what the Thunder have been going through last couple years.
Whole city,
you got to pay your dues.
They whole city, as far as basketball and football go, they finally got out of the slump.
Yeah,
Detroit looking good.
They got to pay their dues.
As far as sports go right now, but they definitely got to pay their dues.
Cade can win one there. It's just because they building, and I like what they building. It's just he not ready yet. And right now, the teams that are like built to win now, that are like built, they not. I don't think they better than them. They don't got enough experience. If you look at the game, they was winning that game, but how they lose it? Turnovers, dumb mistakes, just inexperience, which is unfortunately you can't microwave that. Not the playoff experience.
So Bucks versus Indiana. Indiana Pacers key performers: Pascal Siakam, 25 points; Miles Turner, 19 points; Andrew Nembhard,
I don't believe you.
17 points; Tyrese Halliburton, 12 points. The Pacers established control early, initiating the game with a 12-2 run and concluding the first half on a 14-2 spurt, leading to 67 out of 43 at halftime. 67 to 43 at halftime. They achieved a peak advantage of 28 points and outshot the Bucks 51.9% to 41.7%. Despite a brief fourth quarter rally by Milwaukee, Indiana maintained their lead to secure the victory. The Milwaukee Bucks key performer, not performers, was Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36 points, 12 rebounds. The Bucks were without Damian Lillard, who missed the game due to a deep vein thrombosis in his right calf. In Lillard's absence, the team struggled offensively, shooting 9 out of 37. 9 out of 37, 24.3% from three-point range, and committing 20 turnovers.
They definitely missed that.
They definitely gonna miss this series because they gonna.
No, he's supposed to come back either game 2 or game 3. If he comes back game 3 and let's say they down 0-2, they not out of it.
Yeah, they not.
But I'm a Dame fan, so if Dame can come back healthy, because again, I don't believe with Dame that they're better than them. In Indiana's weird. They're a weird team just because they're. I put them in that Piston category where they don't really have a go-to guy, so they got to do it by committee. And when they're rolling, they'll roll you because it's everybody chipping in. The threes is coming from everywhere. Like dunks, like you watch the game, like Halliburton had 12. Like he has a lot of games like that where you might only score 12, 15, 17, but they win because they do it all by committee. Mm-hmm. Whereas the Bucks, you see, is very Dame, Giannis focused. They know that's the ingredient. They know that's how they got to chef it up. They just got to go make it happen.
Right.
But I'll still believe in, because I know what Giannis can do and I know what Dame can do in the playoff. Lean on that more than what I'll lean on what I've seen from the Pacers. Who taking the last shot for the Pacers?
I can't call it that.
But I do know. Excuse me.
But I do know that the Pacers right now they hungry. You know what I mean? And in the next couple of years, they could be the Boston Celtics. You get what I'm saying? They hungry. They showing potential to be a problem in the East for real. Now, a couple of honorable mentions is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Miami Heat and the Celtics versus Orlando Magic, which the Celtics just won. And that game was today. I ain't get the stats for that game, but I do know that Jason Tatum got hurt because of a flagrant foul by
Somebody.
No. It was by I'm having a brain fart right now. KCP. There we go. It was by Carl. I was about to say Carl Anthony Towns. I was about to say KAT nigga KCP. Contavious Caldwell Pope. KCP hit him with that flagrant, and he hurt his wrist, but he probably be all right. Hopefully, we wish him a speedy recovery. We see what happens. But if I was a fuck nigga, I'd be like, fuck him. I hope he stay hurt and don't get back to the finals.
Or he didn't give somebody else a chance to win. I'm fine with that too. But
so who y'all got predictions coming out of the East as far as these series? Cleveland versus Miami. Who you got?
Cleveland.
Okay. Jordan.
Well, Miami.
I'll go Cleveland. I think Spider got something to say.
Miami.
Nah, what you think?
They need a hero. They got Tyler Hero, but they need a hero.
Indiana versus Milwaukee.
Still, if they didn't come back, Milwaukee. Just say this.
I got Indiana.
Milwaukee.
All right. So y'all got Milwaukee versus Indiana. All
right.
Knicks, Detroit.
Oh, Knicks.
Detroit.
Knicks.
I got the Knicks.
I like Detroit though. I really do. They entertaining to watch. They gonna be around.
Sometimes to take a young nigga. Get the job done. For real.
I just feel like the reason they lost last time was when you get to those close games, those final moments.
Then it's experience.
The pass, it's the who gets the ball, like who called the timeout on time, like and that's they're gonna lose a lot of those games.
Boston or Orlando?
No, Boston.
Orlando. Fuck Boston.
he is making decisions with his heart, ladies and gentlemen. He said Orlando. It's crazy.
I think Boston might have them, but we'll see if Jason Tatum come back.
They can probably sit Tatum.
Western
beat them. No
Western Conference. Denver or Clippers? Denver. I'm going with the Clips, bro. But Denver barely won today.
Denver.
Yeah, Denver. Until somebody knocked them off, I gotta go with what I seen.
I'm gonna go crazy and pick the Clips, but hey, that's just
what
me.
Murray doing in the playoffs. He's another caliber of player.
Yo, Murray got the J. Cole, Jay-Z hairstyle.
Yeah, like he look like he ain't playing no games.
They locked in.
It's facts.
Memphis.
Next.
Memphis versus OKC.
Next.
OKC. With a sweep. OKC with a super sweep. John Morant gonna have
the most
John Morant's next celebration gonna be a dustpan.
They send a job to the shooting range. Say it's up for him. It's over.
They're not winning 3 games, so now they're gonna figure it out how to win 3.
No way. They don't got enough to beat them 4.
Golden State versus Houston.
That's a good one.
Golden State.
I low key want to pick Golden State. So
I'm gonna pick Golden State every time.
Yeah. The Rockets fall into that same Pistons category. Like y'all don't have no experience. Like all y'all players is like 23 and under, like 24. Like y'all good, but y'all young. And again, in those big moments, who in the game y'all gonna trust what Golden State gonna plan and scheme up, or you gonna trust whatever Udoka? Like he been there.
He don't play no defense like that. The Rockets either.
But not over Kerr. Like I gotta lean on that.
Lakers versus the Wolves. Lakers versus Ant-Man.
Picking with my heart. Yeah, I'm picking with my
Lakers
heart.
in 5?
Lakers.
Wolves.
Keep LeBron in, man.
Yeah.
Get that ring.
Yeah,
I need LeBron to go.
Get that ring.
I need LeBron to. First of all, I need LeBron to show up. I need him to stop nursing that goddamn groin injury that he had.
Stop nursing your injury. Get over it.
Get a shot in your fucking groin and start.
Oh God, that sounds painful.
Get the needle in your groin and start dropping 40.
What if your boss tell you that, yo? Get your shot, nigga, and get back in them trucks.
How much they paying you? Because then I might have to shut that up and get that shot and go get. Hey, right here. All right, bet. But I will say this, for real quick. The Lakers LeBron and Luka are having the same problem he had when he played their first series with Miami. He's gonna have that. Whose turn is it? Is it my turn? Your turn? Whose team is it? He's gonna have that those battles or those different. Because honestly that's the reason I think he only scored 19. It's because he was deferring, trying to let Luka cook, which he did when he first got to Miami.
He definitely let Luka cook. He
wouldn't-
didn't score his first point to the second quarter. He was sitting there letting it be the Luka
because
show.
he's trying to let everybody else trying to get their feet wet, and he was trying to
He
get
do that
Luka
too much.
to go. I agree. When did that change? Like I said, they lost to the Mavs. What changed when he went that second time and he was the one on the number one option and he played like the number one option and then everything flipped. So in order for that to be the case,
I remember when they was banging on the table. LeBron, take over the game.
Yeah,
Stop deferring.
He has to do that. Like I feel like he can't get passive and just think that Luka's gonna like do all the not all the work, but be that number one guy. And LeBron, that's the only thing that. The only problem I have with LeBron probably throughout his career, it's too many times where he just plays the nice guy. He tries to, just like, F that. Sometimes you got to be the a-hole. Sometimes you got to be the Jordan, the Kobe, and go demand the damn ball and go out there and go get the buckets. And, you know what I mean? And let them say whatever they're going to say. No matter if it's the right basketball play. We always give LeBron a shout-out because he makes, a lot of times, it be the right play. The right play don't always mean, you don't always need the right play right now. Yeah, you're supposed to kick it to the corner, but if you don't got enough faith that asshole's going to make the shot and go to the rim, get fouled, go dunk on somebody, do something.
Get rid of the late game free throw jitters.
Yeah, something.
I'd rather see LeBron on a foul line at the end of the game missing foul shots than
Because
see
you know
him
he
throw the
was
ball
aggressive.
to the far corner, pass off a shot that he could have took and got an N1 off of, and the nigga missed the fucking wide open.
Because at least I know you were trying to score, and at least I know you were aggressive, and you were looking to get your own shot.
Right.
But I think that's what we're going to see next game with aggressive LeBron.
Shots like that give niggas like J.R. Smith the opportunity to get a rebound and run around the court, run out of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Best play is putting the ball in the one or two best player of all time. Nigga. If that's not the best play, then it don't make sense to me.
Exactly. So, this has been another episode of the Luxury Group Podcast.
LTP.
Episode 7 in the books. Be on the lookout for that new Luxury Group Podcast merchandise coming to y'all soon. Be on the lookout for all exclusive deals for the Luxury Group Studio. New record, Bag, out now by Seer Mugga. Sincere just dropped that new record. Seer got that new record, Bag, out. Go check it out. It's on all streaming platforms right now. You can catch it wherever you want. As long as you Google it, stream it. Shit fire. Car Ride Catalog, still out, still doing numbers right now by Scory. Go check that out. Heffin' Kid, record top 5, still doing numbers. A lot of their music is still circulating right now. It's a lot of Luxury Group music out right now, so go check those out everywhere you get your music from. If you're looking for sessions right now, the Luxury Group Podcast got the cheapest rates in the county. If you're from South Jersey and the Brownton County area, the greater Philadelphia area, you're looking for a studio that's not going to break your pockets. You're looking for a place where you can come and get your music video done, your cover art done, your album made, mixed and mastered and recorded. You're looking for original beats. You're looking for photo shoots. We do all of that here. Don't go spend $500 with this person, $1,500 with that person, $2,000 with that person. When you can come here with us, get quality for a fraction of the price, and leave happy. The leftover money that you save, you can use all that for marketing. So be smart. Come rock out with the Luxury Group team and let us take care of you. And at this moment, we're going to take a quick word for our sponsor. Taboli, Gyro and Falafel, Cherry Hill on Evesham Road, in the same plaza as Starbucks. That's important. If you're tired of eating greasy cheeseburgers, slices of pizza, and all this unhealthy food, and you're looking for a savory option that tastes just as good as those, but healthier and fill you up the same way, stop by Taboli, Gyro, Falafel, and Cherry Hill. They're going to take care of you. Go in there, ask for Gabe, tell them Luxury Group sent you, and let the food bend you. Taboli, Gyros, and Falafel. This has been another episode of the Luxury Group Podcast. We out.
falafel nigga. It's like falafel nigga out here. That shit just sound hard. He's like, you want a falafel nigga? Like what? Square up there.
You don't want falafel.
You want a falafel nigga? Like,